Hey guys, so today I'm gonna react to the CNN video about how Trump and Madonna had a meeting yesterday, November 21st and 25. And I seen pictures, including the ones that Trump shared, and it looked like he was very happy with Madani. Not really surprised. Madani is smart, charismatic, and really demonstrate what a true leader is supposed to behave like, especially in the capitalistic world of the United States, because United States is a capitalist society, it's a capitalist nation. So having someone who's a Democrat socialist like Mandani is hard to be, especially in being the mayor of the most important city in the United States, New York City. It makes a big difference to have the president, especially a fascist one like Trump, respecting you. So let's check it out.
President Trump welcoming the mayor-elect of New York, Zohran Mamdani. President Trump stepping in to keep things from going off the rails. Are you affirming that you think President Trump?
It's interesting because Trump himself is trying to make things really more comfortable for Mondani to, in a way, in his own way, which is interesting, especially when they ask questions that Mondani is very good at answering them, but it's not the most comfortable, especially when you know the president's right next to you, because of things you said about the president. But Mondani is always honest, even there, so it's interesting.
He's a fascist? I've spoken about. That's okay. You can just say yes. Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining. I don't mind.
I like how Mondani is just being really honest. Like, yes, at least he was going to explain in detail why he said that Trump's a fascist because Trump is a fascist and a wannabe dictator. But Trump interrupted him, tried to save face, and they mind just Mondani being honest because at this point, it's not like Mondani can do anything to stop Trump, directly at least. But he just said yes because that has not changed. But the whole point of him being this, make sure he can work with the current president of the United States so that New Yorkers, specifically New Yorkers from New York City, don't get screwed over by lack of federal funding. So there's emotional way to see politics and there's strategic ways in politics. Like Madani, AOC, Bernie Sanders, I like to see politics in a strategic manner. I try to take away my emotions as much of it, out of it, get rid of my emotions out of it as much as I can, as humanly possible that I can, and just focus on strategic ways of dealing with politics. That's what Madani is doing. It's the appropriate way of doing it. I'm a current state government employee in my state. I I conduct some discrimination complaints against my state department, and you gotta learn how to deal with that in a strategic manner and remove your emotions. So being investigated, no, me myself being investigated helps with that too.
Fascist, just one harsh Mamdani campaign label for Trump. And the son of Queens, now turned president, happily returned those insults. Remember, calling Mamdani a communist, a disaster, and threatening to withhold billions.
Honestly, being called communist is more of a compliment. That's not really a negative thing. As much as people like to believe the capitalism propaganda against communism, I'm not someone who fully agrees with everything communism. I prefer socialism. I think that's more realistic, especially democrat socialism. I think that will work much better in the long term. But communism is not the issue. It's capitalism. And that's what people should focus on. That's the real enemy. And that really has been helping the rich and the wealthy. Keep in mind, the rich and wealthy have been taking advantage of a lot of socialist policies and laws in a way, but more a lot of social principles and policies that have been benefiting them, but not the poor and working class people. Keep that in mind.
In federal aid from the city. But this very, very different day included the president sounding as if he'd be happy to move back to soon to be Mamdani's New York. Would you feel comfortable living in New York City under a Mamdani? Yeah, I would. I really would. Especially after the meeting. Absolutely. Now, we all know from experience it did not have to go the way it did. More than a
Yeah, considering how Trump treated Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, like this is a completely different experience. But keep in mind, for the people might be confused about Trump's behavior, New York City is extremely important. It's literally the most important city in the entirety of the United States once it comes to economics. If New York City is not doing well, that means Wall Street is not doing well, and a lot of people are gonna suffer financially, including Trump himself. So making sure that you work with the mayor of New York City matters tremendously. Ukraine is not that important to the U.S. Unfortunately, right? Just like Palestinians are not important to the U.S. Americans are especially American politicians, for the most part, demonstrate they don't give a shit about Israel committing genocide in Gaza and committing genocide of a bunch of Palestinians, mostly being women and children. So of course they're not gonna give two fucks about Ukraine at all. It's unfortunate, but that's a reality right now. So Trump's gonna react differently with things that will matter to him directly, that can impact him financially speaking.
Few others, with those who've clashed with the president, those meetings will have not gone well. Just ask Ukraine's president. I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States, and your people are very brave. You're either going to make a deal or we're out. Many thought
It's just also embarrassing treating someone who's literally in war with fucking Russia, a country that has nuclear weapons, and all they're trying to do is keep their land as is and not lose it to Russia.
this also might be a slugfest, especially given what each has already said about the other. It's going to be hard for me as the president to give a lot of money to New York because if you have a communist running New York, all you do.
I just want to again explain that Mamdani is not a communist; he's a Democrat socialist. Two different things.
Is wasting the money you're sending there. We have won because New Yorkers have stood up for a city they can afford, where the mayor will use their power to reject Donald Trump's fascism. This guy is a communist at the highest level, and he wants to destroy.
I do love Mamdani's speech, and he was really accurate describing Trump as a fascist and going detail about it a bit. And Trump just using the term communism, communist, etc. And it's obvious why he's doing this. It's to rattle his MAGA co-members, to rattle them out to his base, right, his supporters. But it's not accurate to what communism is. First of all, Madani's policies, economic policies, are basically actually social democratic policies, not even true socialism yet, because he can't even go that far yet. So those policies are just a bit minimal expected already in countries in Europe, in many European countries, in Australia. Those are basic social democrat policies. They're not actual socialist policies yet. So keep that in mind that socialism we don't really have it in the US. A lot of policies are very much social democratic policies and principles and laws, but not at the level of a national socialist policies like socialism in principle. So that's important to note.
New York, I will not be intimidated by this president. I will not be intimidated by anyone because my job here is to serve the people of the city. This communist from New York someday gets elected. I can't believe that's happening. That's a terrible thing for our country, by the way. So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
But his speech was very presidential level.
Yeah, all that happened. In the end, though, for reasons we'll talk about with our very New York accented political panel tonight, the two men appear to have decided that, at least for now, it is better for their constituents and themselves to be seen as the kind of unlikely pair, maybe, that only a city like New York can produce. That said, some of the moments today were truly remarkable.
I love seeing people laughing there because the guy just can't help it, especially because of Trump more than anything.
We had a lot more than I would have thought. I am really looking forward to delivering for New Yorkers in partnership with the president on the affordability agenda. So we're going to work together. I've spoken about. That's okay. You can just say yes. Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't know. We're going to help him. But I really think he has a chance to do a great job. I'll be cheering for him. Anything about America? I think he's going to surprise some conservative people, actually, and some very liberal people. I think I met with a man who's a very rational person. And now even more.
This just, in my opinion, made Madonna look even better than ever before. And he already looked damn good throughout this entire year. His campaign was excellent. The best I've seen from any politician in the US in a long, long time.
More evidence this love fest has a shelf life. Take a look. These are new photos of the visit. The president just posted them on his social network with the words, "It was a great honor meeting Zohran Mamdani, the new mayor of New York City." Wow. Perspective now from the executive committee chair of the New York State Democratic Committee and the president and CEO of WIN, Christine Quinn, former senior advisor to President Obama, and our CNN chief political analyst David Axelrod, and Republican strategist and CNN political commentator, Michael Singleton. David Axelrod, to you first. You've been in some awkward and some interesting and some fascinating Oval Office meetings. I had this morning, my bet was that this would go actually pretty well because it's in the interest of both men to delay any fighting until the mayors.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna skip through this a lot, guys. This is a very long video, so I'm probably gonna skip through a lot of it. Just giving warning.
Actually in office. But I did not have on my bingo card. What did you have on your bingo card that the week people focusing on to the mayor-elect be? His interests is talked about. Let's cut that red tape. Sometimes in a campaign. Okay, at least Stefani has campaigned multiple.
All right, so I'm more focused on the things that Trump and Mamdani spoke in the actual videos, rather than pointless analysis from people just gonna exaggerate the whole situation, not really talk about you know the benefits of democratic socialism.
Mr. President, Republican Elise Stefanik has campaigned multiple times by calling Zohran Mamdani a jihadist. Do you think you're standing next to a jihadist right now in the Oval Office? No, I don't, but she's out there campaigning. You say things sometimes in a campaign. She's a very capable person. But you really have to ask her about that. But I don't particularly. I think I met with a man who's a very rational person.
Yep. So that's basically it. That's the video. Um, and I just want to really highlight and focus on the main things that we discussed and pitches that Trump should. I don't care too much about the mumbo jumbo stuff they're gonna talk about, exaggerate and they stretch this video like crazy. But they enjoy seeing Mondani being strong and them demonstrating that he means business and he's there for New Yorkers specifically, especially in terms of affordability. He kept connecting it back and forth to affordability, economic policies. I'll also link in the description the full uh, video of Mondani and Trump's meeting together. I think it's like 30 minutes long. So I'll put in the description too. I think CN posted that. Let me know, you guys, in the comment section what you think about this whole situation and how do you see Mondani now if you're a conservative. Maybe vote for Trump twice, three times, if you count 2020 as well, where he lost. And how you feel now about Mondani. If you agree with Trump's view of him, if you think he's going to be a good mayor for New York City in the long term. If you like this video, like and subscribe, watch the State of House on TikTok and support us on Patreon. Have a good day, guys.